I can't believe I'm doing this. I was like the last person on never break up Tatum Brown corner. And
you're in a better mood. You're in a better mood than I thought.
No, because I knew after game 2, I knew it was over. The Celtics were almost 5-point favorites today, which I didn't understand. I don't know what people were seeing with this series. Miami was smarter, they were tougher, and they had the best part of the series. What else do we need?
Yeah, I mean, look, it was what was it, -10 in game 2?
Yeah, there was -9 in game 1, -10 in game 2, and Boston was -5, or it got -4.5, -5. It was in that range for game 3. If they do decide to do a tweak, isn't Portland the logical destination, right? Portland's a team that they're on a timetable with Dame. They got the number 3 pick in the draft. They, seem a little bit desperate for a variety of reasons. It's either trade Dame or keep Dame and try to make a run. They've been open about saying we want to get a wing. And it just seems like that's kind of a fit if they wanted to make a move, the Celtics. Over, you keep these two together, and now you're $100+ million a year for the next few years with 2 guys.
So what's the deal?
Let's say it's number 3 and it's Simmons and it's a future first and it's a swap, something like that. Or maybe it's just the number 3 and Simmons. I don't even know what Brown's value is, but you have the number 3 and you have Simmons in it. And maybe more, because as we've seen with these trades that we've had lately, I don't know what the values are. But Jaylen Brown is the second-team All-NBA guy. He's 26.
So not getting Lillard, you're trying to pick off Simmons in the number 3 pick.
Wow. Mulling this one over.
No, because I think Jaylen's worth more than Lillard, straight up.
Well, Lillard's going to be 33 years old next year, and I don't know where that takes you.
And the contract.
Yeah. So I guess the question for me is at number 3 is, I hate to do the 2 eras thing because the Warriors have kind of ruined that. But with the team that they have, could they use that asset? Could they spin it forward where they're still really good, but they have some can't miss guy? Like, is Scoot, in your opinion, let's say Scoot's at number 3. Let's say Charlotte says fuck it and takes Brandon Miller at 2. Scoot's there at 3. Portland doesn't want to take Scoot. What do they want another guard for? Is Scoot that good? Is Scoot a potential first-team All-NBA guy, in your opinion?
He wasn't as good this year as he was the previous year. Last year when I'd watch Dyson Daniels and Hardy and Beauchamp, I'd constantly be like, dude, look at Scoot. One of my favorite Scoot games is where he played against Wembanyama, and he was like, I know what the marquee is. I know what everybody's here to watch, but I'm going right at this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like he didn't play as well this year. So I don't know if he was coasting.
It seemed like he was in self-maintenance mode a little bit.
Yeah. I also think he's way more of he's probably more likely to go like the scoring guard route than the traditional point guard combo thing. Which, we've already talked about, which isn't exactly all that rare. I probably wouldn't do that. I wouldn't. Now that I've talked it out and thought about it, I know how bad it is tonight. I know how bad Boston's talk shows are going to be tomorrow. I know, unless you're telling me something else that I don't know, that it's irreparable after this series, I would go, all we're doing is trying to build rosters that have a chance. And as bad as this Heat series went, Boston's still going to have a chance next year. So I wouldn't be in a hurry to do that. And, Simmons is really talented. I like him. Small guards in the playoffs. I don't know. I mean, unless I was convinced of Scoot.
Or Simmons Simmons you spin for something else. I'm with you. I would rather keep this together and not overreact. Here's my one caveat for you. I think there's some scarring and some damage from the last 12 months with Brown, with the team. And going back to the KD rumors, I think that is unquestionably true. And my fear is you give him the big contract and he's still mad about all the stuff from last summer. And maybe you can proactively get ahead of it by trading him for 130 cents on the dollar, which I think Portland would do. So that would be the counter for it. My instinct would be to keep it, but my other instinct is he's going to get mad. He'll feel like he got blamed. Why isn't Tatum in trade rumors and all that? And that's just where his head's going to go. Does he want to be the guy on another team? I still feel like he can get better. I know he made second team All-NBA. I had him third team. I thought he was the 6th best forward in the league. There were also a bunch of forwards that didn't play enough games to qualify. I still think he's too sloppy with the ball. just period. He's too sloppy. He makes too many dumb turnovers. And I still think there's another level for him to get to as a player. The thing that is really, really, really disturbing to me and it makes me wonder if as an asset, his value is higher than the actual player. What happened to him on defense? Like, what happened?
It's a great question. Like, remember when you thought, oh, wow. You know,
I thought he was an absolute elite defender, and he's not. He's not an elite defender at all. I don't know who's he shutting down these days. Like, to me, he's somebody that he chucks a lot of shots, and he's, I got to say, like a mediocre defender this year. He really was.
Yeah, it's really surprising because at one point, like, you felt like his profile was going to be everything you want in a player. And he's still, even with this handle, which, again, it's not the hand this year. You know, when he fell down, he actually was reaching for his left elbow, I thought, on that whole thing anyway, when he fell down. Because I know you were talking about the dunk at the end of the previous game. That's the last series against Philadelphia.
7th game, yeah.
Right. But then I thought when he fell down in this series,
hurt his elbow.
He was grabbing his elbow. So, and look, dude, if you watch any of that Miami stuff from last year, like, I remember going, oh my God, like they know. They like PJ Tucker going at him. Right. Going like, oh, hey, once he puts it on the ground, like, go for it, because he's not really more than a 2-dribble guy. But the defense is concerning because I thought that he was the dude that you wanted to avoid. And now I'll see teams like switch off of Tatum to go into Brown.